Yeah, this is very fitting. You decided you wanted to join. This video happens to be about you. You look great. Thank you. Say hi. Okay, you go watch TV? You gonna go watch TV? All right, bye-bye. You gonna go watch TV? TV? Okay, bye-bye. Go ahead. Go ahead. Well, let me get him. Matter of fact, he's not gonna go watch TV. He's gonna watch my iPad, so let me go get him situated. Hey you guys, if you guys are new to my channel, my name is Kanela. I'm 25. I am a mom. I have 3 little boys, a 5-year-old, a 2-year-old, and a 10-month-old. I am also married. I've been married for 2 years now. Most of my content is like vlogs. I do have a podcast, which I haven't posted in a while, but I will be coming back to that. Faith content, just overall family stuff, and it always been like family based because I made it when I expanded from me to a we, me, and my baby. A little background, a little intro. So anyway, as y'all can tell by the title, my son Romello, who is my 2-year-old, which I believe I answered him in at the beginning, or if not, I'll insert a picture or something in right now, was recently diagnosed with autism. And it was not a surprise to me. It wasn't a secret in my home. We knew, but I never publicly spoke about it really because I just felt more comfortable speaking about it when there was a formal like diagnosis, like a doctor said that, instead of us just feeling like we knew. And so there has been a formal diagnosis, so I feel a lot more comfortable talking about it. Also, because when I used to mention it to people in intimate settings or people who know me, people used to act like I was a psycho, I was crazy, I didn't know what I was talking about. And I'm like, you know I'm with my son 24/7, right? So yeah, I just kind of stopped speaking about it. But he was actually diagnosed now. So I'm going to give a little background story. I'm going to try to be as sensitive as possible with this video. It's pretty much just how I felt, what I saw, and I'm not going off any notes. I'm going off my dome, my head. So yeah, I'm not trying to offend anybody. Disclaimer. So Romello was about 9 months, 10 months, and y'all probably are like, girl, you crazy, that's early, there's no way. He was 9 months and he was 9 or 10 months, and I began to notice it wasn't so much like crazy delays, but I did notice like delays in, I was confused why he didn't use hand gestures and things like that. And I just remember him picking up really repetitive behaviors. The hand flapping started, like if y'all ever see him do this, his hand flapping started, and he just would spin stuff. Like it was like a routine. He would do the same thing, same time, get the same toy, do the same thing like all day. He would just go in the hallway and just spin this toy. Or if he would find the wheel on the stroller, he would go spin the wheel on the stroller. He like really loved spinning stuff. And I remember just some of the signs that I saw. People were saying like, these are normal behaviors. They're normal. So I kind of didn't take it too serious, but I did bring it up to his doctor. Like I had also noticed I shouldn't have compared, and I tried my best not to compare him to my older son, who I had, who I take care of. But I did a little bit, and I would be like, okay, there is something just different about, like, I understood what my oldest son used to want and what he used to need. And it was odd to me that I wasn't understanding what my baby needed. Like most of his communication, it was just screaming. It didn't expand past screaming. You really had to just try to figure out what he needed And then he wouldn't even want like what a baby like needs, like their basic needs. He would just be screaming, and I didn't understand why. Brought it up to this doctor, and she understood my concerns, but she was just like, you know, I'm not dismissing you, but he is young. We're gonna give him like a couple months. We come to his next doctor's appointment in a few months, and I'm just like, he still doesn't say anything. He's never called me mom. He doesn't call my husband dad. Like, he doesn't call nobody anything. He hadn't said anything, honestly. Like a normal baby, when they develop, like they say like dada, and he did. And then he regressed, and then it was like nothing, but like screaming. So I brought it up to her again, and so at that point she was like, okay. She paid attention to what I was saying and also just the other signs he was showing, and she was like, but still, we're gonna wait a couple more months, and then if you still see signs and he still doesn't speak and you still feel like there's a communication barrier, then I will refer him to speech therapy. And so a couple months had came, and she referred him to speech therapy. Pause. When he was about 9 or 10 months, I believe in God. We believe in God on this channel. I remember literally holding my crying son, crying, and I'm like, God, I know that there is something different. I'm his mom. That makes me emotional. And I don't understand what my baby needs, and I don't understand why. I don't understand what he needs. Oh my gosh. That really sucked as a mom. And I remember just crying while he was crying, because I genuinely didn't understand. Like, I didn't know why he was just always screaming, and he didn't like want anything, or I just didn't know what he wanted. Crazy is like the simplest thing. It's like I didn't even feel like this was an answer to what I prayed or what I was saying to God. Around 9 or 10 months, I walked past the bathroom one day, and I heard Holy Spirit whisper to me, play ABCs. I'm like, okay. Immediately I got my iPad, played it when he was in the bathtub, and he immediately took from it. He was about 9 or 10 months. And when I tell you, we just played it for him, and when you would sing ABCs, even if my oldest son would sing it to him, it would calm him down. Like, in any situations where his emotions got out of whack, if you would sing to him ABCs, he would like find this peace inside of him, and he would calm down. His emotions would regulate. And so he still didn't speak. As he began getting closer to 2 years old, I remember he started to tiptoe walk, which you can still catch him tiptoe walking randomly. He began to tiptoe walk. He didn't really answer to his name for a long time. Like, you would have to run his name to the ground for him to answer his name. Now he will answer his name a lot better, but back then, absolutely not. And he would just kind of stare at you, stare in the daze, and his eye contact really wasn't that good at first. And if he really doesn't want to look at you, it's still not like typical him staring at you. But he will stare at you, but it's kind of different. I don't know how to explain it, but I had noticed those signs. I can't think of every sign, and if I remember anything, I'll pin it in the comment section, or I'll put it in the description box down below. But the tiptoe walking, the hand flapping. He also began to like arrange things like in a line. Now, he wouldn't get bothered if you moved his stuff out of the line, but he did begin to arrange his cards in a line, his balls in a line. He wasn't the biggest like sharing, like his play with kids has grown tremendously. But back then it was almost like he's kind of watching you play, or he's the most sweetest, cuddliest child. He always want to just hug you, and he doesn't really understand like if you don't want to hug him back, or if he's not understanding your social cues like at all. So if you're being mean, he's not picking up on the fact that you're being mean to him at all. He almost thinks it's a joke. Also, I remember when my baby was a baby and he would cry, Romello would just laugh. Like he really didn't understand. Those are just some things. And remember, I'll put some more stuff in the description box below if I remember. But yeah, we did that. He had a speech delay, so he didn't speak at all. There was like no sign at that point. We weren't really having much communication. Over time, my husband and I just began to figure out, or kind of just, we became like immune to like, if we genuinely don't know, we can't keep beating, I can't keep beating myself up about the fact that I genuinely don't know, like I'm trying for real. So I put him in speech before he was even 2 years old. I was not playing. I'm like, whatever I can do so that you can speak, so that I can understand you, or so that you can be where you need to be, I'm gonna do whatever I need to do. And so I put him in speech, which of course, when you start anything, you don't begin to immediately see any result. So we do now, because as you guys see, my Mello does talk. Now, we're not having no full-blown sentence, but he's way better at communicating what he wants and just a lot of nouns, which I'll take anything. I think 2 months after I put him in speech therapy, I put him in occupational therapy, which it really became a lot on me, but I thugged it out, and we are still in both of those therapies, and we are soon going to, now that he has a formal diagnosis, go to ABA therapy, because there is some stuff also with Mello that we deal with, like food aversions. For like a week or 2 straight, he'll want to eat everything. I can hear Mello coming. And then for weeks, he really won't want to eat anything. And his doctor said to me one time, like, kids won't starve. Baby, listen to me. There's some kids that will really, listen, if they want to starve, I've seen some things. Give this dude something to drink. Like, all he'll want is milk, nothing else. And Kiera and I are like, bro, we're not about to fight. Like, we just need you to eat something. We've fought long enough. You act like you gonna starve and just fall out, have tantrums. Also, when he was smaller, he did used to, like, his tantrums used to be like crazy. Like, I'm gonna slam my head into the floor. And it's like, that was a lot for me. I'm just remembering all kind of stuff. So we battle with that. Also, I think the last thing I'm gonna mention that we battle with is insomnia. That can be hard. We still battle with that. There's still sometimes, like when my oldest son switches off to his dad's, that it will throw off Romello and spark up insomnia, which really sucks, especially for my husband, because my husband is normally the one who is like, okay, I'm gonna just sleep with them. I'm gonna just like deal with it, because we have a smaller baby and I have the smaller baby. So we've dealt with that, and it's been a ride. These 2 years have been a ride. Although he's my sweetest baby, I mean, Mello has given me a run for my money sometimes, and he don't even care. He don't even care. But I probably really didn't even talk about anything. I probably talked about just signs, how I knew, how I feel about it. I don't like feel any kind of way. At first, I did feel away because I don't want people to put him into a box. But then, you know, I told myself boxes are meant to be busted up out of, and so I'm not gonna put him in a box. Even though people may put him in a box, I can't control what people do. I'm not gonna put him in a box. My family isn't gonna put him in a box. I'm not gonna let his siblings put him in a box. I'm going to educate them the best that I can about what he has, which we haven't even spoke about because he's recently been diagnosed, and we're gonna go from there. So, but other than when I felt weird about that, I don't feel any kind of way. I'm like, he's gonna be fine. He's gonna get to where God wants him to go. He's an extremely intelligent little boy. His emotions just, you know, when his emotions slide in, they just don't know how to slide out. But yeah, I don't really feel, still love him to death. It doesn't really make him crazy different. A diagnosis just, it helps me to better understand my child, which I'm learning because my dude is 2, and I'm definitely going to get around other people who we're similar in this, because I'm new to this and there's some people that's true to this, okay? And even some people who are years in, they probably feel like they're still new to this. So I did want to share that, so it's not like a secret on my channel. You guys know my baby's on the spectrum. This is like new. I feel like that's like adding another thing to me. Like, I'm now a mom of, you know, a child on the spectrum. That opens up a new door, a new avenue of people I can know and meet and be around and help and all kind of stuff. So yeah, there's that. If y'all have any questions for me that I didn't touch base on in this video, feel free to ask me. If I have an answer, I'll give an answer. If I don't have no problem telling y'all I have no idea. But thank you guys for tuning in to my video. Love you guys. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Come back to the channel for more content. We got all kind of stuff, hair videos, kid stuff. I'm seeing all kind of stuff, okay? Come on back.